What's going on, everybody? RJ Ochoa here from SB Nation's bloggingtheboys.com, and we're meeting under unfortunate circumstances for the third week in a row. The Dallas Cowboys lost to the New York Jets in Week 6. They were the first win of the season for the Jets. The Jets, with Sam Darnold coming back from mono, with Adam Gase and his weird eyes. The Dallas Cowboys found a way to do the impossible. They lost to the New York Jets. Things are tough right now. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to level with you, all right? Things are tough with Cowboys fans. Everybody's looking for a place to place their blame. Everybody's looking for a direction to point responsibility in. And ultimately, it all lands on one person, Jason Garrett. Dallas Cowboys have had Jason Garrett now for almost a decade. 2019 is his 9th full season with the team. You'll remember that he took over for Wade Phillips in 2010 when Wade was fired in the middle of the season after a loss to the Green Bay Packers. But Jason Garrett now has lost to the Packers. He lost to the Saints the week before that, and he lost to the Jets the week after that. Jason Garrett's squad is one that has never really quit on him. And I know that people get tired of hearing that, but it is the truth. As cliche as it might sound, the Dallas Cowboys players themselves, they fight for Jason Garrett. They go to battle for Jason Garrett. They love Jason Garrett. I mean, those are all really true and objective things. However, it did feel like in New York, things went in a direction that they haven't really gone since Jason Garrett's been the head coach. Think about what happened after Sam Ficken put the Jets up 8 points late in the game. Cowboys players walked off the field after that successful field goal. Jason Garrett, like he always does, held his hands out for some handshakes, some high fives, and was kind of ignored. I mean, this is something that we've never really seen. It's a small moment. We're not trying to make a lot out of it, but it is quite telling in terms of the temperature of the Dallas Cowboys. What about the temperature of their owner, Jerry Jones? Spent his birthday watching all this. Think about all the bad birthday presents you've ever gotten. Nothing is as worse as a loss to the New York Jets. After the game, Jerry Jones, who's always been very positive, always has a great way to spin things in an optimistic direction. Jerry Jones was honest. He said, "We're not a good team right now." These are bad times for the Dallas Cowboys. They've lost 3 games in a row for the first time since 2017, the first 3 games that Zeke Elliott was suspended. Those were very, very, very frustrating games for the Cowboys. At Atlanta, at home against the Eagles, at home against the Chargers, and things have really changed since then. In 2018, the Cowboys obviously moved on from Dez Bryant, experimented with the wide receiver by committee, and then traded for Amari Cooper. But just because Dez Bryant's not on the team anymore doesn't mean that his opinion still doesn't hold water. Still doesn't mean that Dez Bryant doesn't have some thoughts and some insight that could be beneficial. As the Cowboys were losing to the New York Jets on Sunday, Dez chimed in on Twitter, and Dez had an interesting point where he raised that the Cowboys are really focused on meetings and things like that, and they don't take time to really allow the players to heal and get ready for the game. Dez is a few years removed from playing for the Cowboys, to be fair, but he is one of the more prolific players, not only in Dallas Cowboys franchise history, but in the entire tenure of Jason Garrett. I mean, think about it. Dez Bryant is the franchise's all-time leader in receiving touchdowns, and he's saying something like this. He may speak for some people, he may not, but the fact is, those sort of statements are out there, and now the Cowboys are having to deal with it. When you lose 3 games in a row, when you lose a game to the New York Jets, questions start to mount. Jason Garrett was asked on 105.3 The Fan on Monday following the loss to the New York Jets if he feels any concern for his job. He said, I don't really think about that. How do you not think about that? I mean, it's your job. You're the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Jason Garrett, we kind of forget this, is in a contract year, all right? And so far, if you polled Cowboys fans, I would venture to guess that 99% of them would say that the Cowboys should move on. Everybody's got eyes for Lincoln Riley over at Oklahoma, who just won a big game in Dallas, by the way. But the Cowboys now are in an awkward spot. Jason Garrett has to produce. He's got a huge game on Sunday Night Football against the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday. And the other head coach in that game, Doug Peterson, who's won a Super Bowl, by the way, he's kind of taking shots. He said on the radio on Monday morning that he expects the Eagles to go into Dallas and to get that win and to be in first place in the NFC East. Jason Garrett is up against the ropes. I mean, there's no way around it. That's the truth of the matter. He is in his 9th full season with the Dallas Cowboys. They've lost 3 games in a row. They just lost to the New York Jets, and they looked really flat. Again, this is a team that always fights for him, but we did not see any fight. Jason Garrett loves to put fight on t-shirts. He loves to talk about execution and things like that. But if you're not doing it on Sundays, it kind of is a message that rings a little bit hollow. And that's where Jason Garrett is with a lot of people. People love the rah-rah, and people think it's great, but if you're not producing on Sundays, people are going to start asking questions, and people are going to start screaming for different results, and that's the point we're at. The Cowboys were 3-0. They're now 3-3 heading into the Eagles game, and then they have their bye. If the Cowboys lose to the Eagles, they will have gone winless in the month of October. This, without question, on Sunday against the Eagles is the biggest game of Jason Garrett's career, and he's heading into it quite possibly coming off the worst loss of his career against the New York Jets. Things are quite stressful for Jason Garrett and the Dallas Cowboys. So we'll see how things go against the Eagles on Sunday night. Stay tuned to bloggingtheboys.com for all the latest and greatest when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. Make sure you subscribe to the Blog of the Boys podcast feed so you can hear us talk about America's team. And make sure you subscribe right here to the Blog of the Boys YouTube channel where you get game recaps, film breakdowns, and all sorts of fun stuff. Make sure also you have a fantastic day. We'll see you next time.